These tips can help if your boyfriend isn't paying attention to you or if you can't seem to get him to take you seriously. Don't settle for a man who doesn't pay attention to everything you say. Learn these ways to get your boyfriend's attention and make sure he hears you. Number 1. No matter how much you want to, don't nag. You won't get anywhere with a guy if you bother him. If your boyfriend thinks you are nagging him to pay more attention, he will get annoyed. To him, it sounds more like you are trying to change him than like you have a valid concern. Instead, try to talk to him about the problem in a calm and serious way. If all you say while whining is, "Why don't you pay attention to me anymore?" he will feel like you are attacking him. When that happens, no one comes out on top. Number 2. Don't do too much. Some girls try way too many crazy things to get their boyfriend's attention, to make up for the fact that they don't have it. This is the wrong way to do things. Don't try to get his attention by doing crazy or wild things. It's not worth doing and it won't work. Number 3. Do less. The important thing is not to do more, but to do less. This is very important if you want to know how to get your boyfriend's attention. When you do too much to get a guy's attention, he is likely to get annoyed. Most of the time, they'll just roll their eyes and ignore you again. What really makes a difference is when you step back. Don't try to get his attention anymore. He will notice how quiet you are a lot more than he will notice how much you spend to get his attention. So don't do as much and he'll come to you. Number 4. Talk to him when you are both in a good mood. If the only time you talk to a man is when he's watching his favorite show and you always feel like he's ignoring you, it's your fault. Don't bother trying to get his attention if you know it won't work. Pick better times to spend time with him and talk to him. Number 5. Discuss his behavior. Talk with him. Don't be afraid to tell him he isn't paying enough attention to you. This is a big problem in your relationship, and if he cares, he'll listen and make the change. But don't try to talk to him while yelling at him or blaming him. Tell him right away that you are having some self-confidence issues. When he realizes how bad it is for you, he will listen more carefully. Number 6. Don't accept disrespect. If your partner treats you badly, that's a whole different problem. Stop him from doing that. Stop him right away and tell him what he's doing is wrong. Usually, this will definitely get his attention. Number 7. Set aside time to be with each other. If you are not getting the attention you want because you are both busy when you are together, just set up a time to be together. If you are both busy, there is nothing wrong with this. So, when you are together, you can focus on each other instead of checking social media, watching a movie, and trying to hang out. Set up a time when you and your partner can be alone together. Number 8. Look your best and don't pay attention to him. Even though we don't usually like things that could be called childish, it's a good idea in this case. If he has been ignoring you and not paying you the attention you deserve, put on your best clothes and go out with your friends. Get him to beg you to pay attention to him. Number 9. Pay him and his life more attention. It's possible that you are just not getting along. Your lives are too different from each other. Start asking him more about what he likes to do than you do now. If you spend more time in his life, he will want to spend more time in yours. Number 10. Go away together. He might not be paying attention because of that disconnect we were talking about. Get out of town. Go back to where you came from. It might be all he needs to get his head on straight and pay attention to you if you can bring back that spark. Spend some time together doing something you don't usually do. Get away for the weekend and do nothing, but spend time with each other. Getting out of a rut can help you catch the attention of your man. Number 11. Do something nice for him. When guys don't feel cared for, they often pull away. Your man might be ignoring you because he's getting worried about how you feel about him. He's pulling away so he won't hurt himself. So, instead of getting mad, do something nice for him. Tell him how you feel and see if that makes him listen to you more. He could just want a little something extra from you, but ignoring you is the only way he knows how to tell you that. Number 12. Ask him if everything alright. He might be stressed out at work or having a hard time with something in his family. He might not be ignoring you at all. He might just be busy. Don't sit him down and grill him. Instead, find a casual time when you are both alone and just say, "Hey, I've noticed you've been a little distant lately. Is everything okay?" Just let him know you are there if he wants to talk, but don't force him. 13. Put your focus on yourself. Let him do whatever he wants to do, but pay attention to yourself. That means having a glam day, going to the spa, or just staying home with a cup of coffee and your favorite book. Do more of whatever you like to do. Soon, he'll wonder why you're not bugging him like he's used to. 14. Use your social media accounts. Again, this could look like playing games, and in some ways it is, but sometimes it's important to play games. Social media is great for some things, like making your boyfriend a little jealous or giving him a push when he needs it. Gather some friends and go to a bar or club. He will definitely notice and wonder why he wasn't invited. 15. Change the way you look, but do it for yourself. If you really want to push him away, don't just dress up for the sake of it. Instead, do something you always want to do. 16. Ignore him as well. Why not beat him at his own game? Assuming, of course, that he is playing a game and doesn't have no idea what he's doing. Ignore him back and see how long it takes for him to ask why. 17. Make it clear that things need to be different. If you tried a few ways to get your boyfriend's attention and they haven't worked, you need to have a real talk with him. Put him in a chair and tell him you don't like being ignored. Ask him if there is anything wrong, and if there isn't, tell him that it needs to change, or you will leave. 18. Get rid of him and find someone else. Some guys can be taught to pay attention to their girlfriends. Now, you shouldn't have to teach your man to take you seriously. Some guys, however, need a little push. Some people won't ever change. If your guy isn't changing, it's time to say goodbye. You shouldn't have to beg him to listen to you. 19. Never let a man take you for granted again. Hopefully, you won't have to leave, but if you do, take this as a lesson. It stings for sure, but make sure you never let anyone take you for granted again. You had to deal with it for too long, and it wasn't fair. Learn from the experience and never deal with it for longer than necessary.